Hello again, rail fans. I'm Travis from RockRiverRails. It is the weekend of February 21st and 22nd, and this whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be in Madison, Wisconsin for the Mad City Model Railroad Show. So, winter is back here in the Midwest. As you can see, it is snowing currently here in southern Wisconsin. I'm actually in northern Illinois, technically in South Beloit, along the UP local trackage here. So, gonna be heading up to Madison, Wisconsin this weekend for the Mad City Model Railroad Show. I'm happy to have you come along with us. So definitely like the video, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the Rock River Rails channel. Again, I'm Travis, and thanks for coming along. Let's get this weekend started. Welcome everyone to Madison, Wisconsin for the Mad City Model Railroad Show 2026. We got our 2-day ticket in hand, and it is now time to head into the convention center and check out Mad City 2026. As you can see here, this is a giant convention hall. So this is going to be a long video to cover everything, but like I always try to do for you guys, we are going to get as in-depth as possible for this video so you can see as much of the show as possible. So here we go. We've got a nice Wisconsin and Southern Railroad sign at Railroad Relics here. I've seen that sign for the past 3 years. Eventually, I'm going to buy it. Also really liked the Seaboard Coastline and Milwaukee Road signs here. Also got some locomotive numbering boards, along with some lanterns. So moving into the first vendor here for model railroad items. Got some Intermountain here on the shelf, along with some KD and Bowser, also some Tangent. And this vendor had some really nice wooden bridges and some track for sale, along with a good amount of woodland scenics, scenery, and people and animals. Getting right into the N-scale rolling stock here now, along with various woodland scenics, ballast, and scenery items. I really like that N-scale PV hopper there. I should have picked that up for my Christmas tree. But various N scale here, anywhere from $5 up to $20. Also got some N scale locomotives here. Looks like BLI and so forth. Getting right into layouts, we have the Valley Model Railroad Club from Elgin, Illinois. We're going to take a look at their layout here. Very nice scenery. Liking the buildings and structures as well. Got a very nice Metra passenger train here. And then various depots and buildings. They even have like a track monitoring program here, so they can throw switches, see what trains are lined and so forth. So nice ballast work, nice scenery. This is where they enter the middle of their layout here, so this is the access point. Like I said, great scenery, good ballast work, liking the grass, nice track work as well. Got some bridge and water scenes. And then a nice Union Pacific steam train here. As the steam train passes through Wheaton, Illinois. So very nice detail on the buildings. These were very clean and well done. I really like that. Really nice track work. Got various signals on the layout. And then here some homes that are under construction, or just showing you what the insides look like. So a mix of residential and industry scenes going on this layout so far. And they were really hands-on here, offering the kids and their families an opportunity to run trains on the layout even. So thank you guys for coming out. Getting back into the vendors here, we've got some Atlas containers there, some Walthers Proto locomotives, got MRL there. Also see some Illinois Central, got the Belt Railway of Chicago, CSX, BNSF. So various tiers, all the way up to Walthers Proto and Athearn Genesis here. So anywhere from $110 up to $300 on these locomotives, depending on the quality. They also had some buildings for sale for about $5 each. And then your cheaper various loose rolling stock. $2 on a car, up to $5 or so. Got some Walthers Proto here, a good amount of it, from $32 all the way up to like $75 or higher. Also, Walthers Mainline for your budget-friendly model railroaders. Lots of Atlas Trainman in the mix, averaging about $20 to $30 there per car. And also Intermountain. Right around the same pricing on the Intermountain. So that's continuing here. Lots and lots of rolling stock and locomotives at this show. Also some Fox Valley models here. And more Atlas. So looks like everything is about under $50 or so for Atlas. Got AccuReady, Bowser, Metal Train, so some older stuff here, some Walthers train line, and lots of Bowser for sale as well. Unfortunately, no Norfolk Southern Triple Crown road railers. Lots and lots of Lionel O-gauge at the Mad City show. But we're going to take a look here now at the Santa Fe All the Way modular layout from Lisle, Illinois. Always a great layout to check out if you ever get the opportunity. So some information here about the club and layout. A really nice elevator here. Their buildings and scenery are spot on. Really nice detail in this industry here. And weathering on the boxcar. A really nice farm scene as well, with some horses here in a fence and a barn in the background. And then we've got a Santa Fe terminal office with inside lighting, which is nice to see. So we'll take a look here with a video at some of the layout. Really nice scenery going on. The trees and the grasses. A flashing beacon light on the Santa Fe terminal office there. So very realistic, and I really like how they don't have too much going on. They also had a monkey count on the layout for the children or adults, whoever wanted to go ahead and count the hidden monkeys on their layout. So very nice farm scenery here. Continuing that trend with a switcher on a local. A really nice Santa Fe depot with lights on the inside as well. So I really enjoy this layout. This is not my first time seeing it, but always got to make a stop and check out Santa Fe all the way. So just a video pan of this section here. A really nice simple background and backdrop really adds a lot to the layout, and they've incorporated that nicely here. So now some pictures. Like I said before, not too much going on. Sometimes layouts get too much going on and it's almost overwhelming, but in my opinion, less is almost more. And they have done that nicely here on their layout. So it looks like a 50s, 60s theme here with the dates on the vehicles. And then another video of this section. I really like that fire department. And they add lighting to the insides of most of their buildings. So really nice touch. And then in this section of the layout, we've got a really nice staging area. And then we start to get into the more southwest desert theme on the scenery now. So, got some switches up there on top. And multiple tracks on the layout. Multiple switches, multiple turnouts. As you can see here. And a really nice engine house section of the layout here. Very nice detail on this building with lots of locomotives in and out of service out in front here. So if you couldn't tell from the name and the scenery, they are big fans of the Santa Fe. A really nice bridge here over the water. Really nicely done. And then desert landscape. So now we will catch a train going over the river and crossing the bridge. The Victorville Bridge, it looks like. So a nice big layout where you can run some pretty long trains. A really nice, really like the nice big curves. And then we've got a California oranges facility here. Again, nice long curves on this layout. They really keep it simple, which I like. Back into the city here, we've got a Cadillac dealer with a service shop. Very nicely done there. Got a showroom inside there. And a downtown Main Street. Really like the lighting inside the buildings, like I said earlier. Got active signals as well. And it looks like a really nice church up in the hillside here, surrounded by the woods. And then a fueling facility here. ConocoPhillips and Sinclair. Also Texaco tank cars. So really nicely done. Another look at the elevator here. Look at the weathering on these buildings down below. Nice rust. And another farm area here with some cows in the pasture. And a passenger platform for their passenger trains. The Topeka Depot in the mix here as well. So a lot of real world elements added to this layout from this specific time period. A nice steam train as well. Passenger train, it looks like. So thank you, Santa Fe all the way, for coming to the Mad City Model Railroad Show. So now we've got Texas model train collections all the way from Texas with a lot of O-gauge for sale. Some very nice steam pieces here as well as diesel. I tried to get the prices in all the pictures for you guys, but yeah. We also have this Missouri Pacific Heritage locomotive. And various Lionel O-gauge rolling stock. So some of these can get fairly pricey. I really like this Norfolk Southern unit here, this GE for $300, and this CSX locomotive was also sharp for $300. That was pretty cool there. That one's $900. So lots available for sale. You can probably look this vendor up online. We've got a New York Central steam locomotive for $700. Pennsylvania steam locomotive for $1,200. So if you're a Lionel collector, it's definitely in your wheelhouse here at this vendor. Really nice diesels as well. Chicago and Northwestern -9. Santa Fe War Bonnet. These are really nice even as display pieces. If you're not into O-gauge, these would look really nice sitting up on a shelf in your hobby or train room. So a really nice Union Pacific locomotive, 6344 here. So lots of Lionel O-gauge. Next up is Micro Engineering Company. Looks like they either make or manufacture track. So lots and lots of track here at this vendor for sale. Also had Good Deals DCC Test Track Innovations here, where you can test your locomotives before purchasing them. So next up is the Moo Crew, Milwaukee Operators Organization, out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Another HO scale layout. I was very impressed by this layout. I don't recall ever seeing it before, but the attention to detail here is quite overwhelming and impressive. So we've got an Amtrak passenger train going by here, along with a Union Pacific coal train. I really like this layout's backgrounds and how they incorporated it into each theme. Very sharp on that background, as well as the scenery, track work, ballast work, and so forth. So looks like a Norfolk Southern train tied down here with the woods in the background. So lots of trains either tied down or moving on the layout. Really nice buildings, lots of lights inside there with your AC units on top. They've got a bicentennial locomotive there, looks like taking on sand or fuel, along with an Amtrak unit. And are passing Amtrak and coal train now. They even have a nice cityscape background there going on, so really like the backgrounds from this layout. Quite impressive and adds a lot of detail and realism. So nicely done. Here we've got some Union Pacific power tied down. The layout has active signals and so forth. So very impressive. Very realistic looking buildings with HVAC units on top of them. So nice touch. Lots of power stations and substations in the layout as well. And here we have another meet. Very nice weathering on the rolling stock and locomotives. Nice big industry scene here. And some still photos of this section as well. Really like the weathering on the rolling stock. So this looks like mid to late 90s, maybe 2000s, late 2000s era on this layout. So more modern. Here is their access point to the middle of their layout. And looks like some molten metal cars here on a local. So it looks like a steel plant here. And then looks like we had a derailment at the scrapyard. So maybe those cars are actually being scrapped. A really nice dock scene here with flatbed trucks. Really nice weathering on the buildings and the docks. I really like the street lamps. And again, the backgrounds. So, looks like a main road paralleling the tracks. And then a video of this section here as well. So very nicely done. Multiple tracks on the layouts. Various industry lines. I really like the road work as well. Here comes a passing train now. with an older diesel. Nice grade crossings. As you can see here, with active signals as well. And of course, if you are a model railroad club in Wisconsin, you have to have a quick trip. That is a very realistic looking quick trip. Looks exactly like real life would. Even got the sign there, and of course a Culver's as well for a Wisconsin layout. But very nicely done. I've got to say, this is one of my favorite layouts from the show. Even have a Miller brewery here. So, of course, from Milwaukee. Closer look at the quick trip sign and the street grade crossing. Looks like a fuel delivery is about to happen now. And a picture of the Culver's, also very realistic. Even have the flavor of the day there on the sign. So thank you guys for coming out. Next up is Carlson Estate Sales. We've seen them at numerous shows previously, so not going to go into too much detail here, but thank you for attending the show, as well as numerous shows throughout the Midwest region. So lots and lots of rolling stock here at this vendor. Exact Rail, Tangent, Fox Valley. Got some older companies in the mix as well. A nice Northern Pacific Athearn Genesis steam locomotive. I always want to take one of these MRL SD70 Aces home with me. Maybe one of these days I will. And then here is a picture from the whole show. So from one end to the other. As you can see, very large show here in Madison, Wisconsin. So next up is the Capital City Engineers. This is going to be an N-scale layout out of Madison, Wisconsin. So their hometown show here. Very nice scenery here on this layout. Very impressive desert scenery with that suspended track there over the valley. Got some nice tunnels. Got some awards for Train Fest at the 32nd annual show. They got first place, so congratulations. I can see why. They have some very nice scenery here. Got some bridges over the canyon and the river below. A really nice rural farm scene here. And they really mix it up to show you what you can do on your model railroad layout. So various seasons incorporated like they do here. Spring, summer, fall, and winter all in one scene. And then you've got their access point with a passing intermodal train, it looks like. So very nicely done. Really simple backdrop there as well for the background. But like I said, less is more. And this layout is very nice, and they incorporate that well. So looks like some logging industry here with some pictures from up above. Lots of logging industry, which is pretty unique. You don't really see a lot of that, so nicely done. Lots of LED lighting on the street lamps and the industry lights as well. And then they've got a Pizza Hut, McDonald's, a used car dealership here. Looks like even a monster truck in the parking lot there. So a lot going on, but they do keep it simple. It's not overcrowded. So lots and lots of different businesses and industry. We've seen this layout numerous times before. They really have a nice circus scene here. Looks like it was scratch built by Jesse and Jamie Faust. So very nice work there on that circus scene. More Train Fest first place awards here for the N-scale layout division. So a very nice N-scale layout here. Even have the Michelin Man there. And looks like a parade going through town for the circus. So very nicely done on the scenery, the track work, ballast work, the buildings and structures and so forth. This section here almost looks like it's not completed yet, along with the roundhouse section. So it looks like this is under construction, but I am sure it will be fantastic when it is completed. So got a nice staging yard here as well. And the Route 66 Main Street of America simulated here on the layout. And then it looks like some Union Pacific facilities here with an engine house, body shop, electrical, and so forth for work on locomotives. Lots of Southern Pacific power here. Waiting for service. So it looks like some sort of UP yard out in the southwest. Another first place award here. So very nicely done. Appreciate you attending the show. Back to the vendors, more Lionel O-gauge. Various loose O-gauge. Lots of old pieces here. $5 up to $20. A nice Rock Island locomotive. Various steam O-gauge locomotives as well. So very nice prices on these. I'm not into O-gauge, but these look like some decent prices here. That was a really cool tank train piece as well. $63. And various passenger cars. So lots of Kato here, HO scale locomotives, about $100 or so. Some Union Pacific hoppers, around $20. We've got center beams, boxcars, lots of old Concord rolling stock, some Milwaukee Road hoppers, and kits. Mantua, HO rolling stock, Tyco. So lots of old stuff available at this vendor as well. And then your various loose rolling stock. I really like that PV hopper. I did pick one up later in the show on the second day. It was actually a tangent PV hopper, so it was very nice. So we've got some N-scale here. A Union Pacific flat car with 2 trailers. A Rock Island passenger car set for about $200. And then some Lionel O-gauge complete train sets. Really like this Athearn Genesis tank car. But they had various options here for every model railroad budget. So lots of Athearn ready to roll. Lots of options here, around $20 or so. Got some cabooses. Some various locomotives. Nickel plate road, Santa Fe. Lots of Atlas rolling stock as well. From $15 to $30. Got Union Pacific number 51 for $240 there. And then Cotto, Burlington, locomotives. More Athearn Genesis. Very good prices on these. And then just a quick look back here at Santa Fe all the way. We had a few pictures we missed, so we're going to add those in. Just a few pictures from their layout that we missed earlier. And we didn't want to leave those out. So gonna also take a little video here of the layout. So just a quick look back at Santa Fe all the way. Also, the National Railroad Historical Society Wisconsin chapter was at the show. But next up here is Overland Western Lines. Going to take a look at their layout now. We've got a passing Amtrak passenger train here from the early years. Going through a nice city scene here. Very nice buildings on this layout. I really like the parking spaces on the roads and so forth. Really like this mobile gas station as well. Very sharp. And then a underpass here with a snowplow. Nice detail on these apartment buildings. They even have a fire escape on the outside. And it looks like real brick on the building. So very nicely done. Even here with the little depot or whatever this is, very nice on the roofing. And again here, very nice buildings on this layout. So taking a look along here, got a staging yard. Got some first place and second place awards here for their HO scale layout. And a passing Union Pacific passenger train. Some water scenes and bridges, very nicely done as well. This one doesn't look like it's completed yet, I would assume. Very nice water scene there with the pond or the lake. And very nice grade crossings as well. Even the different types of roads. You got concrete roads, asphalt roads in the mix. So very nicely done. Got signals as well. Interlocking towers. Very nice ballast work and track work on the layout. With multiple tracks. And of course, a bicentennial unit for America's 250th birthday. Some controllers on the layout. And more various trains passing by. and various industry. They've got an Overland steel facility here, which was very nice and detailed. Superior Lumber. So a lumber company there. Very nice, realistic river here. That water looks very real. And then it looks like some sort of accident there with the 18-wheeler. And they've got some large tow trucks. So very nice grass, very nice scenery, and so forth here. Active grade crossing signals. We're going to pan along the layout here. Looks like a train has just been tied down or has a stoppage here, right in front of the farm scene. So even here, it looks like the river water is actually moving. So it looks like you could see like little ripples and a current. Very nice brick and stone work there in the bridge. You've got someone there in a boat doing some fishing. And then some residential farm scene here. So phenomenal buildings and structures on this layout, as you can see. They don't have any sort of backdrop, but looks like it's just a blue sky, so just keeping it simple. And a Best of Show award for Indianapolis back in 2016. And then looks like even a car accident there that we'll take a look at here now. So not good. Looks like a car accident and some unhappy folks. And the tow truck is there to haul them away. So very realistic there. I really like that scene as well with the forklift. Here we have a BNSF. Looks like an empty coal train going by over our bridge. And the Union Pacific passenger train. Coming into view here now is a Milwaukee Road train with a Milwaukee Road bicentennial locomotive celebrating the United States' 250th birthday. Very nice locomotive. So that was the Overland Western Line's HO scale layout. Thank you for attending the show. Moving along here now, we have some pieces by Norm Baker. Very nicely done. Some more Kato locomotives. Right around $150 or so. Really nice piece here, Athearn Genesis CP locomotive. Looks like DCC and sound for around $215. That's steel, so very nice prices here. Various Union Pacific locomotives. More UP locomotives here. I'm assuming DC, no sound on those, but you never know. More N-scale, right around $15 or less. Really nice pieces here for these vehicles and trailers. Along with semis and various trucks there. And very good prices on these vehicles as well, under $15 a piece. So, very nice detailed vehicles at that vendor, along with some Caterpillar and some Mack garbage trucks. Some Scene Master here, some Athearn as well. More Caterpillar construction equipment. Some mini metals as well as various HO scale rolling stock. Lots of Athearn Blue Box and Intermountain cars here. So about $25 a piece on the Intermountain rolling stock. Lots of DVDs as well to add to your collection if you watch DVDs still. We've got Teskey's trains. That is actually the Tangent PV hopper that I purchased there for right around $45 or so. We've got the Waupaca area model railroaders at the show, so thank you guys for attending. We appreciate you. A really large garden size layout here and display. So a lot going on, lots to see at this show. Next up is the Swallow Cliff Model Railroad. Thank you for attending. I believe this one was also HO scale, so nice to see lots of HO scale layouts at the Mad City show. So really nice buildings, really nice industry scenes here. I really like those tanks, very detailed. And then we've got a passing local train going by, the industry. Very nice buildings. Lots and lots of detail. Moving along on the layout, more industry here with various trains and rolling stock. Lots of trucks as well. So a lot going on here. Lots of Wisconsin Central locomotives and rolling stock on the layout. Very nice to see. Great ballast work, great track work. As you can see here, really nice scenery as well with the bridge and the river below. Great detail in the trees and grass and rocks and stone and so forth. So really well done. A really nice simple background as well. Next up is the Badgerland S-Gaugers. I believe they are out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. We've seen them numerous times this season. Always a fun layout to take a look at. A lot going on this layout. Different television and movie scenes incorporated. Their club members are very interactive with the show attendees as well, which is very nice to see. So, very nicely done. Thank you guys for attending the show today. So a very nice layout. They even have someone over there welding in the corner. Very realistic. Looks like this layout here is a Lego layout, showing what you can do with Legos and railroading. So very cool to see. They also had a train ride for kids and their families. You could take a short train ride. So that was very nice to see. Something for the kids to do. Getting back into the vendors here. Lots and lots of HO scale rolling stock. about $30 or so. Lots of Walther's mainline. Again, $35 or less on some rolling stock. Got some articulated well cars here for about $95. And lots of Walther's Proto. Some hot metal cars. Some Badger State ethanol hoppers. Lots and lots of intermodal containers as well, along with trailers, and various loose locomotives and rolling stock. Some passenger cars here. Some older Atlas locomotives for under $100. So lots to see at this vendor. Some Athearn Genesis, around $125. Some Proto 2000 series, $125. Some older Walther's mainline. Even railroad sets, complete model railroad sets, ready to roll out of the box. So great for beginners. $200 and change on those, it looks like. Some N scale as well as HO scale model railroad sets. Got some vintage vehicles for sale here as well, along with some O-gauge. Lots and lots of O-gauge. Continuing on with that same theme here, lots of O-gauge. O-gauge steam locomotives. And then some Z-scale even in the mix. And I believe a little Z-scale diorama there. So whatever your scale is, looks like they had you covered here at the Mad City Model Railroad Show. Even down to Z-scale. A few more looks at some locomotives here and their pricing. Got some Kato track in the mix as well for sale. And then the Wisconsin Garden Railway Society was also in town. Thank you for coming out. Another fun layout here as well. Looks like they've got some Menards buildings incorporated into it. That Amtrak passenger station there for sure is a Menards, but a really nice fun layout there. Moving along, looks like some N scale here. Multiple different scenes. Multiple tracks, very nice scenery, very nice buildings. They've got a roundhouse here, it looks like, with a turntable even. So, and then we have a layout here with some dinosaurs on the loose. Pretty fun for the kids. And then another layout here with very nice buildings and structures. So we'll run a video of their layouts. Got some older trains here, older eras. So, and then some pictures of the very detailed buildings. So a really nice, simple display with some nice elements incorporated in. Another nice diorama or mini layout here. Some Z-Scale awards for second place here at Mad City. And then moving along back to the vendors, we have Southeast Hobbies. A really nice vendor here. They had some really nice quality items for sale. Lots of Rapido. Lots of Rapido new releases as well. So some coil car sets, along with various other rolling stock. Some flat cars, more individual coil cars. Some new arrivals from Rapido and BLI. Broadway Limited Imports. So it looks like some passenger cars. Hot off the press. Lots of Walther's Mainline and Walther's Proto. New arrivals from Walther's Proto, some HO scale coil cars for about $50 a piece. Lots and lots of Rapido. Lots of BLI. Lots of Tangent as well. They did have the Home Shops line here. So these are going to be fantasy railroads on very high quality rolling stock and locomotives. So you can see that little Home Shops tag or label there, just indicating that those are fantasy railroads. Some of those Home Shop rolling stock in this photo, as well as some locomotives. A picture of the sign. So those are all freelance railroads. So the Ohio Southern Railroad, very nice locomotive there. The Texas and Great Northern Railway, another very nice detailed locomotive. The Appalachian Lines locomotive, Midland Road. You've got Carter's Railway or Railroad and various other freelance railroads in the mix. Very detailed. I really liked these Seaboard Central coil cars. Very nice. So we've got Prairie Shadows in the mix. You don't see that often. Exact Rail and more Home Shops freelance railroad designs. More Rapido, some Walther's Mainline locomotives. Got some NS and some Heritage locomotives there. It looks like for the CSX Heritage. Union Pacific CPKC. Got some HO GP35s hot off the press for BLI for $300 with DCC and sound. So lots of very high quality items here for sale. Some Rapido locomotives for the SP. Some EMD demonstrators. Got Missouri Pacific in the mix. Conrail, Union Pacific, BN. So lots and lots of Rapido locomotives here. Class 1 auto racks for sale. $100, very detailed pieces there. Here is a close-up of the road names available for sale, along with some Class 1 Model Works hoppers and cabooses as well. So very high quality. Got some new arrivals for the KCS. They're 5200 series hoppers for $60. Along with various other scenery and structure kits. More Caterpillar construction equipment, excavators and dump trucks. Got some bulldozers as well. Also some graders. More model railroad kits for sale. Got some scale trains locomotives. They're rivet counter series. Very nice quality. Got some high hoods. Lots of GEs as well as EMDs. Lots of locomotives here. Very nice quality. Got Athearn Genesis in the mix. Got some of their new Wisconsin and Southern locomotives there. Some more EMD demonstrators. Very cool. More Rapido locomotives. Got some GP40s. GEC 30-7s. Lots of Rapido rolling stock along with tangent. Got some Cornerstone building kits from Walthers, Intermountain, Atlas, HO scale cars in the mix there as well. Even some Rapido N scale passenger cars. Lots of those. So very nice to see all these very high quality items for sale. Got some N scale here from Rapido and Intermountain, along with some Atlas N scale steel coil cars for about $30. More N scale here. And here, continuing on with the N scale. So lots and lots of HO scale and N scale locomotives and rolling stocks here at this vendor. Lots and lots to choose from. Some N-scale SD35s, decoder ready for about $100 from Atlas. More scale trains, SD40-2s in N-scale. Rivet counter. Some BLI locomotives. They're premium series. So lots and lots of top shelf items to choose from here. We spent a good amount of time at this vendor. There was just so much to see and choose from. More BLI new arrivals in N-scale locomotives. Continuing that theme here with some Kato in the mix. So lots and lots of locomotives. I believe these are Kato here. Looks like that is the case. Lots of Amtrak locomotives, P-42s, lots and lots of BNSF locomotives, lots of GE pumpkins, as well as Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern. Lots of Kato Canadian Pacific military units as well. Those are very cool. So lots and lots to choose from here. So moving along, we're going to check out the Southern Wisconsin Sandhouse Crew Modular Model Railroad Club layout. Thank you for attending the show today. Very nice detail on the track work, the grass, and various scenery. Very nice structures and buildings as well as trees and the ballast and track work. Here it looks like we've got a logging industry scene going on. So looks like it is a layout in the works currently. So a lot of it is completed and some of it isn't. But we appreciate you guys coming out anyway and showing off your layout. Lots of great scenes here. They have a farming co-op scene here. So various industries. We've got a Union Pacific steam passenger train here. I assume that is a Challenger there. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not a steam expert, but that's what it looked like. Another various industry scene here. Really like the power poles they incorporated. Some Norfolk and Western locomotives with a very nice backdrop as well. So quite a bit going on the layout, but not too overcrowded. So very nicely done, in my opinion. Keeping it simple, like I always say, less is more when it comes to the railroad layouts, in my opinion. So a picture here of the layout. More various industry and farm scenes. So very nicely done. I really like the attention to detail on this layout. They've even got a combine there working the fields. I really like that helicopter there. It looks like a medical flight up in the air. Very cool. Again here, very realistic looking buildings. So this layout is going to be incredible when it is fully completed. So we've got a various staging yard here with multiple tracks. A lot of rolling stock and trains on the layout, which is very nice to see. Got some tunnels incorporated as well. Very nice bridges, very realistic roads. Even have a shipwreck here. So a lot going on. Got some lighting in the buildings and structures as well. Looks like some sort of coaling tower here, I would assume. So really nice curves to the layout. Really long curves. They've got this cool scene here as well with some fall colors in the mix. and a really nice backdrop. Some construction scenes. So a lot going on, but not too much. I really enjoyed this train here, hence the Triple Crown road railers. A very nice road railer train here, with a lot of different road railers in the mix, but I really like those Triple Crowns. So nice to see a fellow road railer at their club. A really nice Amtrak station here. Pretty modern. And then some Triple Crown trailers. So lots of intermodal going on in this section of the layout. Again, I really love those Triple Crowns. I am a big Triple Crown fan, and have several of their road railers and other various containers and trailers and such. So I really enjoyed seeing that on this layout here today. And then they have some auto racks here being loaded with some vehicles. And then our passing Southern Pacific Power with our road railers. Here we have Janesville, Wisconsin being portrayed in the layout, which is cool to see, very local to me. Looks like another Quick Trip there as well. It doesn't say it, but it definitely says it as far as the theme and design goes. Also got a local Burger King and various residential buildings. Some more farm industry, it looks like here. Very nice backdrops. I really enjoyed this Cargill facility as well. Very sharp. I really like those green logos. Adds a lot of contrast to the layout and color. Really enjoyed this tractor trailer here. A close-up of that. And then more in-town scenery here. Looks like a church maybe there. Our road railers making the curve. Along with some NASCAR in the mix here. Looks like we got Matt Kenseth in the lead. And then another shot of the layout here, a little further back. So very nicely done on the layout. Thank you for attending the show. And then back to some vendors here now. Various HO scale rolling stock at a value price of $5 or less on these cars. Looks like some N scale as well. Some scenery and structures for sale in various scales. Very good prices on these. Ready to just go right into your layout. No assembly required. Various intermodal containers, vehicles, construction equipment. So it looks like Costco trains here. More building kits if you want to build your own. And then a clearance section here with for sale items. More intermodal containers and trailers and vehicles. Some locomotives here and EMD demonstrator for $100. Some Athearn ready-to-roll locomotives. Looks like DCC ready there. A set of Virginian hoppers, reasonably priced there, and more various open box locomotives, some older Atlas HO, lots of Intermountain and BLI. In their N scale section here, Rapido, some Walther scenery, and then Big John's model trains as well. Thank you for attending the show. Some nice pieces here, some steam locomotives, some brass passenger cars. Lots of brass items at this vendor, very nice quality when you start getting into the brass. So lots and lots to choose from. Some Rio Grande passenger cars, very high quality on those. There's a single one there, I believe is also brass for $100. So lots and lots of brass here, lots of passenger cars to choose from at this vendor. Some very high quality stuff. Some Rapido locomotives and power. Looks like some scale trains here. SD40-2s, rivet counter series. So Athearn Genesis. So very high quality items at this vendor here. Some Milwaukee Road, some SP. Some EMD GP30s for scale trains, rivet counter series. Aurora Miniatures, rolling stock, very high quality. Some modern rolling stock there. So right around $50 on those. More Rapido coil cars, I believe those are new. Lots of Atlas rolling stock. Lots of box cars. And then now we're going to take a look at the Northwest Traction Group layout. So this is going to be all electric, it looks like. Very nice detail on the buildings and scenery. We're going to take a look here in a video at the layout. So you can see the power lines that would provide power to the traction motors on their locomotives and streetcars and so forth. So very cool. I don't think I've ever seen this layout, so it's nice to see something different as far as an electric railroad. And this layout was quite large. We've got some power stations and substations. Nice detail on the grade crossings. We got active signals. So very nice layout here and very unique as well. So taking a look at the North Shoreline power. So like I said, all electrified. So no diesel, all electric. We've got street cars and passenger cars and so forth. And as you can see, very realistic with the connection to the power lines. So a lot going on this side of the layout here. We've got the Indiana Railroad streetcar running now. So Very realistic detail here on all the scenery, the roads, the trackage, the buildings, the structures. Just very nice attention to detail going on here. So, just some more pictures. Very nice church there. Looks like we got a beer truck out front. Northwestern Fruit and Produce Company. Lots of very nice weathering on the power and on the rolling stock and cars. Then we've got downtown here. So very nicely done. I was really happy to see this layout. Something I've never seen before. And like I said, very unique. Back to some more vendors. We've got some Intermountain auto racks. Various loose HO scale rolling stock. Various manufacturers, BLI, Walthers, Blueprint, Red Caboose, Scale Trains, AccuRail, Rapido. We've got Rinse Relics as well. Thank you for attending the show. Lots of vintage railroad memorabilia here. Lots of coasters, magnets. Looks like they got a Facebook page. Chicago and Northwestern Historical Society. Thank you guys for also attending the show. I've seen this vendor and booth at multiple model railroad shows this season. Lots of cool Metra pieces. Nice Chicago and Northwestern pieces as well. I got a chance recently to meet Matt. He's got a book coming out soon. Very nice gentleman to talk to. So it was nice to meet Matt. And I always enjoy seeing your guys' booth at all the shows I attend in the region. They also had items for sale. So various passenger cars, buses, Metra locomotives, Chicago and Northwestern locomotives and rolling stock, and various scales and so forth. So lots of neat finds and rare pieces that they have. So a very nice booth and vendor to check out. Also, the Sioux Line Historical and Technical Society Incorporated was in town. We appreciate you for attending. They had items for sale, as well as various literature and memorabilia on the Sioux Line and its history. So some various larger scale model kits and sets. Some Rio Grande passenger steam sets in the $700 to $800 range there. Some Atlas O-gauge rolling stock. Some various HO scale rolling stock. Stewart Hobbies, Walthers. So lots to choose from here. Got some Bowser hoppers in the mix. Some Santa Fe boxcars. Also some Santa Fe passenger cars. Various scenery and so forth. Very nice Union Pacific locomotive here. As well as here, I believe, DDA 40X. Along with other various locomotives that are very high quality. So now we'll check out the Modutrack I believe this is their HO scale layout. Thank you for attending the show this weekend. We'll start out at the Des Plaines River and take a look at their layout. Very nice track work, scenery, buildings, vehicles, road work, and structures. Very nice weathering and attention to detail here. We've got Romeo. And then a video of the layout. So assuming this is the Chicagoland region that they are modeling here on the layout, we've got active signals. We've got Pennsylvania Railroad, freight train passing by. And again, continuing with the Chicagoland region, we've got North Joliet here. Very nice weathering on these boxcars. I am a stickler for weathering, and those are extremely nice. And then here, a staging yard. We've got the Joliet yard. So the southwest suburbs of Chicago, along with Ruby Street, also Joliet, I believe, and the interlocking tower. A nice look at the large curve on the layout, showing the layout itself and how large it actually is. Very nicely done on the residential area, on the homes and the yards and trees. The power poles are very realistic, along with the buildings and structures. Very nice grade crossings as well. Here we have Heinz Drugstore. Looks like the mail is being delivered out front. And another look down this side of the layout. We've got a Metra passenger train with one of the more modern passenger cars. And then a coal scene, it looks like here. And then a very nicely weathered and detailed Metra number 8 switcher, along with the Metra Rock Island Heritage unit and another Metra unit in the background. A picture here of one of the other curves, one of many, and a general look at the layout and how large it actually is. So this layout is huge. Multiple sections, multiple curves back on itself. So that is going to be the Modutrack layout. Very nicely done. Thank you for attending the show. Moving along, next up we have Jeff's HO train loads. Another vendor with a wide variety of HO, N, and O scale items for sale. We've got a nice Alaska Railroad set there. Lots of Rapido, lots of Walthers, lots of Kato. Really nice BLI Union Pacific passenger cars and business cars, as well as various woodland scenics, people, and scenery. Moving along, we've got another display here and some more vendor items. Looks like a 5-pack of coal hoppers there. with some road railers as well. No triple crowns, unfortunately, but lots to choose from at this vendor here. So lots of high quality locomotives, Bowser locomotives, Rapido, even some Bachmann Amtrak units. These are about $160 a piece there, $265 on the Canadian National Military Unit, and some pretty good prices on those other Amtraks as well. So lots of vehicles, older and modern eras for sale. Lots of trailers, even some tanks and military vehicles for sale here at this vendor. More Woodland Scenics vehicles and scenery items, as well as various rolling stock. So lots of Walther's Proto hoppers here for about $45 to $50. And then some Union Pacific and other fallen flags here for rolling stock sets. And lots of Walther's mainline and Proto from $20 on up. Some Athearn ready to roll about $25. So a lot of these prices I did notice at the show and other shows I've been attending are retail or very close to retail prices. So just keep that in mind. Then we've got some Union Pacific Heritage there, along with more rolling stock. And some Woodland Scenics structures and buildings. And lots of Atlas rolling stock as well. Lots of tank cars and box cars. So your Athearn ready to roll about averaging $25. Some Woodland Scenics ballast and other various scenery. And continuing that theme here with some vehicles in the mix as well. So $120 on these Marisk articulated well cars. Very nice price on those. Looks like they were weathered as well. And some more Walther's mainline with some Proto mixed in. Good prices on the Proto, right around $42. That's not bad at all in the used market. And then some locomotives here as well. And continuing the locomotive theme. So some really nice pieces at this vendor here for sale. Lots and lots of Woodland Scenics, people and animals and vehicles. These are extremely nice. I really like these NYPD tow trucks, right around $50 a piece, as well as some graffiti decals and more power poles and various lighting. And then some N-scale rolling stock here, averaging about $20 a piece on those, going down to even about $10. So good prices. More scenery. More N-scale rolling stock and vehicles. And then some N-scale locomotives. Right around 150 to $200 there. And then some N-scale kits intermodal, some vehicles. Looks like all police interceptor vehicles there. And various parts and couplers and so forth. Also a lot of steam, I believe, in O gauge. And some NASCAR in the mix as well down below. Got a value bin here, HO rolling stock for $2 a piece. And then we'll move along to the Fever River Railroad, the Stevenson Society of Model Trainmen from Freeport, Illinois, and their layout here now. So right away we have a passing train here with a nice BN caboose on the tail end. A Wisconsin and Southern 30th anniversary locomotive there as well. Very nice locomotive. Very nice detail on their buildings and scenery and so forth. So a lot going on this layout here today. Speaking to one of the club members, they were telling me that this layout has actually been sold. So this may be the last time we get a look at it at a show with the Fever River Club. It's a very nice roundhouse. We even have a GE toaster here on the BNSF locomotive. Pretty common in the real world as well. And a very nice bicentennial locomotive here. Looks like a Burlington Northern. So several layouts celebrating America's 250th anniversary. So lots of trains tied down as well as moving on this layout. Looks like those orange cars are their own railroad, so the Fever River Railroad, it looks like. So very nice detail going on here. We've got a switcher going by with some coal loads, it looks like. And then here along the curve we have a golf course, which is a nice touch. So a few little bridges and farm fields and so forth. So very nice layout. This club is very nice as well for their permanent layout in Freeport, Illinois. If you ever get a chance, check out one of their open houses. Back to the vendors. Looks like we've got some O gauge here. With some locomotives and passenger cars. So lots of Athearn Blue Box with some Rapido and Tangent mixed in. Good prices on those, $40 and $45. Some nice locomotives for the Union Pacific and Santa Fe, along with some Union Pacific passenger cars. And tenders and so forth. So lots of Walthers Proto, lots of Scaltrains rivet counter, and then some very nice brass pieces as well here. And I would say these are decently priced for brass. So very nice pieces at this vendor. Lots and lots of passenger cars to choose from with various railroads. Even some old Concours kits and so forth. Another nice Rio Grande passenger set. Another various loose rolling stock. So a lot of very nice pieces here. I think they are reasonably priced. And then lots and lots of Athearn ready to roll, around $20 to $25 on average or so. $20 is a deal. $25 or so is getting into the retail range for these pieces. But then again, some of them you can't get brand new anymore. So more various loose rolling stock, another PV hopper. More ready to roll here, about 25 a piece. Some tangent mixed in, roundhouse, Intermountain as well. And then some Athearn Genesis and Exact Rail. And then your various loose rolling stock again. And a good amount of locomotives as well, still brand new in the boxes. Some Walther's train line for the Alaska Railroad. So lots to choose from. Entry level prices all the way up to brass. So lots and lots of locomotives. Even some Atlas Classic locomotives here. Some Amtrak units. Lots of Burlington Northern. Even got some Wisconsin Southern in there. And then some Bowser Executive Line SP for $175. And then some Athearn Genesis, averaging about 200-ish. Your Intermountain locomotives, 200 to 300. So lots and lots of locomotives here. KCS units, EMD demonstrators. Entry level Athearn ready to roll. About $1.25 there to $1.75. So some good prices here if you can find something with DCC and sound, if that's what you're running. Looks like you can score a deal at this vendor for sure. Some Bicentennial units. Some Wisconsin and Southern in there, 25th anniversary, more Bicentennials. And then here we have some Maersk articulated wells for $175. Also $175 on the WSOR locomotive. So lots and lots to choose from, lots of railroads. Some good deals here on some loose rolling stock. And a whole wall of AccuRail. Lots of tank train, tank cars, very cool. Lots of hoppers. Like I said, a lot of AccuRail. Reasonably priced. Some very nice auto racks and box cars. And continuing that theme here with the loose rolling stock. So under $20 or so a car for the loose rolling stock. It's going to be your best value at this vendor, but also some very good prices on those locomotives. So there looks like they've got some deals if you buy in bulk. So a little bit of something for everyone here. More PV hoppers. Lots and lots of hoppers. Got some graffiti on some of these and some weathering. a whole passenger train for the Burlington Northern, and lots of Lionel O-gauge. Lots and lots of O-gauge. So brand new in the box, also some loose items below. Several different manufacturers. That United States Space Force locomotive was pretty neat. So moving along back to the layouts, we have the Wisconsin and Michigan Model Railroad Club from Marinette, Wisconsin and Menominee, Michigan. Seen this layout several times at shows this season. Always a nice layout to take a look at. Very nice detail. They have an intermodal section here. Grain elevators. Very nice attention to detail. I really liked this feral gas propane area. Very nice detail on those decals on the tanks. They've got that really nice quarry as well. The buildings are spot on with the weathering and detail, like this old barn. And an overhead shot of the quarry. Very nice scenery, very nice track work and ballast work. The trees and the rocks. Very nice bridges as well. So this is spot on with this layout as usual for these guys. We've got a Sioux Line train passing here, as well as, I didn't catch that one in the background, Chesapeake and Ohio, it looks like. And you can just see the attention to detail and the large scenery sections of this layout. So several different industries and mining facilities. A good amount of tunnels, bridges. The road work is very nice. Got several different tiers or layers to this layout, along with lighting inside the buildings and so forth. So very, very nice. Here we have a, looks like a Penn Central or Conrail train coming out of the tunnel. Looks like a Point brewery there, maybe. And then a very nice roundhouse and turntable section of the layout here, with some coaling towers and water towers. So very nice layout. Thank you guys for attending the show. So back to the many vendors. We've got some fast food pieces there. Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's in O-gauge. So lots and lots of O-gauge here. Lionel. We've got some K-Line in the mix as well. Rail King. So some very nice O-gauge pieces at this vendor. Also some vehicles, 1 for 10, 2 for 18, or 3 for 24. Lots of older pieces here. So very nice vehicles for sale at this vendor, along with a lot of Lego sets, which are very popular nowadays with kids and adults. And more Lionel pieces here, along with some LGB and more K-Line by Lionel. We've got Rolling 20 Hobbies here from Peru, Indiana. Always a very nice vendor and always attends a lot of shows in the region. Got some Rapido locomotives, some Athearn locomotives, some Athearn Genesis here, and your standard Athearn line locomotives here. So lots to choose from. We got the J locomotive there, Union Pacific, Cotton Belt, some Norfolk and Western steam pieces. Got some Seaboard and Conrail GE locomotives, it looks like there, along with several cabooses from BLI and so forth. Lots and lots of Atlas, and also lots of Proto 2000 series locomotives. Some very nice Amtrak passenger pieces, around $200. So a lot of locomotives. They do offer deals as well if you buy in bulk. Had a lot of Walther's Proto rolling stock, and a lot of loose power as well as loose rolling stock. I really like this EMD SD70M demonstrator or lease unit. So got a lot to choose from for budget-friendly model railroaders, as well as those who want to spend a little bit more money. So lots and lots of intermodal containers at this dealer. Lots of Walther's mainline cabooses. Got some Jordan spreaders. Very nice loose rolling stock here with good prices on these, right around $20 a car or so. Some Iowa hoppers there. Lots of railroads represented in the rolling stock. SP. You got some flat cars there with some pipe loads, some wood loads, some Green Bay and Western box cars. Even got some graffiti here on this rolling stock. So lots and lots to choose from. That was a good deal on these PV hoppers. I should have picked those up. I went back the second day and they were gone. So that's when I ended up buying the one tangent PV hopper. But I should have picked these up as well. Very good prices over here. Lots of O-gauge, diesel, and steam locomotives. A nice Seaboard set here. So Southern Pacific, CNW, BNSF here in some larger scales. Conrail, CSX, Santa Fe, UP. So lots of larger scales as well as HO and N scale at this vendor. So about $200 for a locomotive here. And then various Atlas HO rolling stock. Some blue box locomotives. So lots for you over here depending on your budget. You have lots of options to choose from. Some Concore N scale there. And various steam pieces. Moving along, lots of train shows will have t-shirts for sale, including this vendor, along with coffee mugs with your favorite railroad. Lots of those to choose from. And continuing on with that theme here, some signs as well. Lots more t-shirts with railroad themes. So some good prices on some apparel here if you want to buy a t-shirt or something with your favorite railroad on it. So lots of t-shirts, signage, more t-shirts here. So about $20 a piece, or 2 for $35. Also a lot of hats to choose from, $20 a piece on those. They are a trucker style hat with the mesh back and snap back. And that is going to be Rebel Rails, and you can find them on social media. Next up is Superior Scenics for your scenery needs. Here is the National Model Railroad Association South Central Wisconsin Division booth. And then back to the vendors, some Caterpillar construction equipment, some Scene Master UPS trailers, and various Athearn Blue Box rolling stock, averaging about $10 to $20 here. And continuing on with that theme. Next up for layouts is the Lionel Railroad Club out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A lot going on this layout here. The kids really get a kick out of this layout with all that is going on and all the different movement. So a couple pictures of more of their layouts. Moving along here, we have a N-scale layout, I believe, with a bullet train, a high-speed rail passenger train going by, and various residential buildings there at the beginning, and then this section here gets into more of a military theme. We've got some military flat cars with some tanks. We've got some fighter jets, and then an airport or military base here with a passing train. We've got helicopters, looks like a Black Hawk there. We've got some Ospreys on the tarmac, and then it looks like a B-52 up above there. So C-130 Hercules there on the runway. So pretty neat theme here with the military section of the layout. Moving along, we've got some industry, various residential buildings and factories. Looks like the layout may not be completed yet, but very nice what is done. Some great scenery here with the mountains and so forth. Back to the vendors. More Athearn Blue Box rolling stock. We also had Trees by Rose attending the show for your homemade trees and scenery. Lots of Atlas here, about $15 a piece. Athearn ready to roll, about $15 a piece. Some older Walthers, $7 to $10 here. These old Concord Tropicana juice cars were nice. For $100 for two of those, I definitely had to pass on that. That is astronomical pricing on those. I do have several of those Tropicana boxcars. Definitely not for $100 though. Moving along, lots of Walthers mainline, Intermountain. Reasonably priced on these. Various Walthers sets, averaging about $45. These very nice Badger State ethanol hoppers there. Looks like about $42 a piece. Walthers mainline locomotives, $160, $100 or so. Some Proto 2000. And Athearn Genesis. Not bad on those at all for $100 or less. So various prices. Most of these are very good deals. A little high on the Walthers mainline there on those hoppers, but then again here, $15, very reasonable. So the prices are fluctuating a bit, but you can definitely find some deals here. Lots of mini metals for $10, great price there. Some Atlas N-scale scenery as well. So $8 on the mini metals in that box. Some Menards pieces for $15. Lots of Menards O-gauge boxcars and so forth for hoppers as well. So a very nice vendor here. Got some K-line by Lionel, regular Lionel. Next up in the layouts is going to be the Fond du Lac Society of Model Railroad Hobbyists out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Thank you for attending the show. We also have seen this layout several times at shows within the region for this show season. So very nice Union Pacific locomotives there. Got some CN military tribute unit, the CN 100 unit as well on this passing intermodal stack train. Maybe it's half intermodal, half manifest, and some coal on the end there for Wisconsin Electric. So very nice layout. Check out our previous videos. We go into more detail on this layout, but very nice scenery, building work, structures. Really like the bridges and road work and track work as well. So a very nice layout. Again, appreciate you guys attending the Mad City Model Railroad Show this weekend. Next up here, I believe, is the Kettle Marine Ballast Scorchers out of West Bend, Wisconsin. Here we have an empty, looks like a BNSF coal train passing by. So we've also seen this layout at several shows this show season. Always nice to see this layout. Very well done. Lots of trains tied down, trains moving throughout the layout. Very nice scenery and industry buildings, as well as various cityscapes. Nice lighting inside of the buildings and structures, adding very nice detail. Here we have a large sports facility with a soccer field. More various industry and some residential buildings, it looks like, as well as a fire station, and more downtown cityscapes with an active fire scene, it looks like there. So a nice little intermodal facility here. A nice pond on the corner there and park. And then looks like a Shell fuel farm here, which is a nice touch. I really like that fuel farm and all the Shell vehicles and the tank cars. So thank you guys for attending the show. Back to the vendors, we've got John's Trains and Hobbies from Davenport, Iowa. Thank you for traveling to Madison for the show this weekend. Starting out with some N scale here, about $8 a piece. So very reasonable so far. Even $7 on some of those, $6, $5 I see as well. Very good deals. And then some HO scale loose rolling stock, as well as locomotives. So lots to choose from here with some very good prices. A really nice track maintenance service for $25 on that caboose, as well as about $40 or so on these box cars. Various scenery pieces as well. Some ore car sets for the UP and CNW, it looks like. Up next is Track 1. Lots of couplers and trackage here for sale. Also various locomotives and rolling stock. This is a nice piece here, a lit piece for $100. Also some steam locomotives. So a lot to choose from, a large variety of different items here for sale. From entry-level locomotives up to higher quality locomotives as well. Got Bachmann, Walther's Mainline, Walther's Train Line, Blue Box, various loose locomotives, Intermountain as well. So lots of box cars here, it looks like. Lots and lots of beer cars, it looks like there. As well as some coal car sets for the UP and the BN. So lots of rolling stock at this vendor. Even some older Spectrum. Some older Concord passenger cars. Exact Rail, Intermountain, Walthers. They also had a for sale section here with some clearance items. And lots of Walthers track. Also some Track 1 beer cars. Very nice quality on these. More couplers, KD couplers. And then now we're going to take a look at the Modutrack. I believe this is their N scale layout. Yes, it is. So here is their Modutrack N scale layout, another large layout here. Very nice buildings and structures here. Looks like we've got a passenger depot and platform. Very nice clock tower here in the background. Really enjoyed the detail on these structures, as well as the attention to detail on the scenery. Here we have a CNW train crossing the bridge. Very nice bridge there. So it looks like they're modeling Wisconsin. So very nice weathering on the buildings and structures, as well as the rolling stock and locomotives. Got some nice vehicles on the layout. Some farm fields. Very realistic looking. The gravel and dirt roads, very nice. Residential farmhouse here. They also have some cityscape on the layout with a nice depot. So moving along, we've got the Wisconsin-Illinois Modular Railroad Club out of Milton, Wisconsin. We've seen their layout several times this season as well. Always a very nice layout that they bring to the shows. So we've got, it looks like a brewery here. And then Anderson Storage, I believe, right around the Janesville, Wisconsin area. Al's Tool and Die. Very nice scenery. Very nice buildings. Nice track work and ballast work. So, very nicely done. Here we've got a Rio Grande locomotive with one load, and then more industry. Nice weathering on these buildings. Very nice detail. So nicely done from this club out of Milton, Wisconsin. We've got a passing Amtrak train here, meeting with the Sioux freight train, and the downtown city scene there. We've got a nice staging yard where they are building their trains. And then more various industry here. Possibly an iron ore facility. With some loaded ore car hoppers there. Very nice detail with the trees, the rock and bridge work here. Very nicely done. A simple backdrop with some more farm scenery here. And a very nice farmhouse and barn there. some residential houses, a Metra passenger train tied down here, it looks like, and more various industry. So, thank you guys for attending the show. We appreciate you coming out for the weekend. Very nice layout. Back to the vendors again. We've got some American Flyer O gauge here. More American Flyer. 15 each or 2 for 25 it looks like. So good prices. Got some O gauge structures. Also got the American Flyer Little Steamers LLC at the show. Thank you for attending. And there are various items on display and for sale. So lots of passenger car sets here, sold individually or as a set. Even got some model airplane kits. And more O gauge items. So lots and lots of American Flyer. You see a lot of Lionel, but not a lot of American Flyer. Next up is tag trains. Lots of various rolling stock. Walther's Mainline, Walther's Proto. Got some Bowser in the mix there, along with Intermountain. Got some wheel sets there, package of 10 for $7. Various Atlas trackage. Walther's locomotives. So lots to choose from. This was another big vendor at the show. Lots and lots of Katy couplers. Various Loc sound components. I really liked this building here. Very nice detail. Again, this is tag trains. Lots of Woodland Scenics scenery items for sale. Some very nice Rail King locomotives. So very nice pieces there. $230 on up. And then these here about $650. So quite expensive, but very nice details on those locomotives. Then some Lion Master steam locomotives, as well as N-scale rolling stock. Lots of locomotives here. CN, Milwaukee Road. Lots of Intermountain and Bowser rolling stock, as well as Athearn and Bachmann. A nice Rio Grande display caboose there. Very detailed piece. And then more Athearn locomotives. Some Intermountain locomotives. More Bachmann. Next up, we've got some display shelving to display your locomotives or rolling stock. Most of these are going to be HO scale, some Z, some N. Then we've got the Wisconsin Great Northern Railroad attending the show. along with the National Railroad Museum from Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Illinois Railway Museum out of Union, Illinois, the East Troy Electric Railroad, been on many of their dinner trains, always enjoyable. Also, Little America, and then Mid-Continent Railway Museum out of North Freedom, Wisconsin. I was there this past summer. Very nice facility. Also, the Wisconsin and Southern Model Club here, with their various locomotives and vehicles on display for the Wisconsin and Southern Railroad. Very nice pieces on display. So we appreciate all the museums and different vendors and organizations for attending the show. I really enjoyed this Wisconsin and Southern display. Next up, we've got a vendor here with various buildings. Looks like made out of wood. So very nice detail on these, nice weathering effects as well. I really enjoyed this piece here. Very realistic looking. And then next up for the layouts, we have Milwaukee and Southeastern with their N-scale layout. So we'll take a look at the layout here now. Looks like we've got a passing coal train, I believe that was, with some, looks like Missouri Pacific Heritage locomotives on it. So very nice detail on the layout here, nice buildings, nice scenery and track work. Here we've got another train going over a very nice bridge with some water underneath on that river. Very nice water scene. And then our Missouri Pacific locomotives passing by. Here we've got some Green Bay and Western, looks like maintenance of way on the back there. So very nice scenery here. Nice detail on the foam cutouts. So looks like still some of this is under construction, but very nice detail here. Looks like a scrapyard there. The buildings are very nice and detailed and weathered. Got some tunnels on the layout as well. Looks like a Miller Lite brewery with actual steam or smoke coming out of that smokestack there. So very nice touch. And then another water scene here. Looks like a pond or a lake. And then very nice detail on the roads as well. A Canadian National train passing by in the background. So lots of bridges. Very nice detail on the rock. Looks like the excavators and some of the construction equipment actually move, so that's very realistic. And then a very nice hillside here with some sort of billboard. And then looks like some sort of a rock quarry as well. So thank you guys for coming out and attending the show. Very nice layout. A few other things here from the Southeast Hobbies vendor. We missed a few pictures, so adding some DCC starter set controllers, as well as some Loc sound components and ESU manufacturer components here. Next up, we've got another layout a smaller layout, more of a diorama layout, but a very nice detail on the backdrops and the weathering and scenery here. And then it goes into this section with other various themes. Up above here we do have a bicentennial display celebrating the United States 250th birthday. So various items here that are framed showing some bicentennial locomotives, various documents that are framed, bicentennial power and passenger cars and so forth, along with some display plates, records, looks like some beer cans as well. So very nice patriotic display here. And then down below, different various themes in each one of these layout dioramas. So very nicely done. Thank you for attending the show. And then some still photos of the bicentennial display. So very nice, cool pieces here celebrating the United States. And then another picture of this side of the convention center. A very large hall. And then some photos of me and my beautiful girlfriend, me and my dad, me, my friend Ben and Dave from the Green Bay, Wisconsin area. They all attended the show. On Saturday night, me, Dave, and Ben, we went to Monk's Bar and Grill. Here is a still picture of the menu. Very good prices, very reasonable. I got a double bacon cheeseburger with a side of onion rings. It was very delicious. So that's going to do it for the Mad City Model Railroad Show in Madison, Wisconsin. It was at the Alliant Energy Center Exhibition Hall. So appreciate you guys attending the show. If you made it this far, here are some flyers for some upcoming shows. This one here in Dubuque, along with Delavan, has already taken place by the time you see this video. We did attend, so we will have videos coming out for that. We've got the Rock River Valley Train Show in Machesney Park, Illinois, coming up on March 21st and 22nd. And then we've got the Lena, Illinois Depot Stove Gang, along with the Davenport show coming up here soon. So please like the video, leave us a comment, and subscribe. And this is RockRiverRails. We appreciate you watching our videos. Again, this is Travis from RockRiverRails. And thank you for attending the Mad City show with us virtually. And we appreciate each and every one of you. So I hope you liked the show. Please give the video a like I said. Leave us a comment with your thoughts. What did you think about the show, the vendors, the layouts, the prices, and everything about the show in general. So it was a very long weekend for us. We attended the show, like I said at the beginning of the video, both of the days. So a very long weekend, but very worth it, as the Mad City show, in my opinion, is probably my second favorite show in this region. A close second behind Train Fest in Milwaukee. So again, thanks for watching. This is Travis from RockRiverRails. We will see you guys next time at the next show or our next video that we release. And again, thank you and we will catch you guys all next time. Take care, and God bless.